Scientific notation. What is scientific notation? Well, it's a method of writing either very small or very large numbers in a more compact way. In other words, it's written as the product of a number between 1 and 10, and that's called the coefficient, and then a power of 10. So if it's a number between 1 and 10, that means that the coefficient can only have one number in front of the decimal place because it's a number either like 1 or 2 up to 9. So here's an example. 2.43, there's the coefficient, times 10 to the power of 4. That's the power of 10. So let's see how to write a decimal number in scientific notation. Let's look at the instructions. Reading the number from left to right, we're going to place an arrow where the decimal point will appear in the coefficient. Okay, so that means that I want to have my decimal place to land between the first and second non-zero number. So in this first example, I want it to land between the 6 and the 8. So hopefully you can see where my arrow is. And in the second example, I want it to land between the first and second non-zero numbers, so between the 1 and the 2. So once again, hopefully you can see where my arrow is indicating that decimal place. Okay, part B of the instructions. Count the number of decimal positions the original decimal point had to move to obtain the location in A. And these number of moves become what's called a value of the power of 10. So if the original number is smaller than 1, the exponent on that power of 10 is a negative number. And if the original number is larger than 1, the exponent is a positive number. So we wanted our decimal place to land between 6 and 8. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. And so we're going to get 6.89 times 10 to the power, remember this is a smaller number than 1, so 10 to the power negative 5. Pause the video and try the next example and see what you come up with. Okay, so hopefully you had it move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places. So to get an answer of 1.235 times 10 to the power, and again it's a number larger than 1, so 10 to the power 6. Writing scientific notation numbers as decimal numbers. This means that you're going to have positive powers of 10 implying a large number. What you're doing is moving the decimal point to the right, the value of the exponent, and then you need to add zeros if required. Okay, so let's look at this first example. 6.25 times 10 to the 2. That means I need to move the decimal place 2 places to the right. So the answer is 625. Pause the video, try the next two examples. Okay, check your answers. Hopefully you were able to get those two answers correct. Okay, part B, negative powers of 10 implies a small number. So the instructions say move the decimal point to the left, the value of the exponent. Again, add zeros if required. So this first example, 1.06 times 10 to the negative 1. We're going to move the decimal place 1 place over to get an answer of 0.106. Try the next two examples, pause the video, and check your answers. Hope you were able to get those next two answers and you have a good understanding of scientific notation.